Hello everyone, this is Koji from Celestial Rhythms. Well, we are already 7 months and a bit into the year 2020, so we are getting to the real meat here of the pie. 2020, the last year of a 20-year cycle, the first year of a new decade, if you will, a year of transition, a bridge, everything coming to a climax. I guess these are just a few of the things one could say about this year, and astrology proves it, as always. Well, the biggest thing in a nutshell is the eclipse, which happened on June 21st, summer solstice. That's very rare, and that's always very powerful when that happens. These are really the peaks of the cycles, if you want. 2001 was the last of that sort. So we not only had that degree of 0 degrees Cancer activated by the eclipse of June 21st. Here I pulled up a even older chart, if you want, which is more already evolved in that sense. So it's like we're looking at the child's chart, and you now start seeing how this chart has developed, what already has manifested of it, and it's definitely, it's just a whole year we're covering here. What we're looking at here is the yearly fertilization, if you want, of Uranus energy to the Sun, the yearly Sun-Uranus incarnation, when Uranian energy is fully renewed in a new merge, in a new 0 point, if you want, lining up with the Sun. So what we here look at is the Greenwich chart, the global chart, how it affects us globally as one, as we're more and more getting into that place with all the timelines merging, as we heard from many people who know. If you know of Project Looking Glass, that is one of the more scientific approaches to that thing. That is a whole other story, but timelines are merging. 2020 is the first clear sign how many people pretty much everywhere globally has experienced the same thing, the same experience, the same lockdown, the same healthcare crisis, and although in different variations and different colorations, we all have experienced exactly the same thing. We are under that collective spell, if you want, and that is just the beginning of tying our roots together, if you want. We are starting to feel and experience what other people do ever more so. That's what it is. It's also the unraveling of all the shadow energies. We all are part of that, and even those who know the most already are feeling it in the exact same way. So we are really merging, and that's what Neptune up here shows. So this is a powerful chart for that moment, and I just want to pick out the highlights. As every chart, it's complex, but definitely the big highlight is Neptune here in the 21st degree of Pisces, just days prior to that date. Neptune, first time in this 165-year orbit around the Sun, Neptune had crossed the 20-degree mark of Pisces. Now this is big. Each sign Neptune is in is about 15 years in average. So between 2011 and 2026, that's roughly the 15 years. We are now 2/3 through. Now each sign can be subdivided by 12, kind of a fractal zodiac, and then every 2.5 degrees the energy changes. That's called the dwarfs. Those the first 2.5 degrees are always double the same. Pisces, then 2.5 to 5, Pisces, Aries, and so on and so forth. So 20 is the scorpionic dwarf. So we're having now Neptune with a scorpionic overtone in this part of Pisces, whereas the midheaven of this chart, when that moment was exactly ignited, had still a Libra subtone. So this is an interesting combination. Neptune is imagination, dreaming, but also it is the whole experience with water and with danger. Neptune is very deep in Pisces particularly. It's the whole multidimensionality of reality we're also starting to tap into, understanding that there's worlds and dimensions beyond of what we even can dream of. The whole quantum entanglement comes in here through the back door, that everything is holographic in nature, that every photon basically contains the blueprint for the whole universe. That's as big as it is. So the other thing which stands out in this chart is the moon in Gemini with Vesta and Hygeia. In Gemini, that's the American nation's 7th house cusp. Very exactly 1311 is the chart I'm using, which is the one which really resonates strongest. Just showing you this quickly here in between. 1313 Gemini. So this Sun-Uranus conjunction chart, this initiation of Uranian energy, the new recharging of downloading it to a level of life energy, because the sun is our life giver. Every moment we are ingesting solar energy in form of photons and quantum particles, which are not hijacking, but kind of sitting on the photon's back. That's quantum information from the higher dimensions, and the planets are kind of the finer mechanisms of that amazing, you could call it, it's sacred geometry, I guess it's the best way to say it. It's the pattern of space which comes through. That's all very Uranian, and we're getting into Uranian time in general, as we have that Jupiter-Saturn conjunction at 0 degrees Aquarius. Heliocentrically already they change earlier. Jupiter actually as early as September the 3rd. I have this chart here further down. I will just show you quickly a preview. I will talk about that later. That's not the one I'm wanting. Let's see if I'm finding it. No, I think I haven't opened that yet here, but that's something which will come up anyway soon. So I want to just one more thing I want to throw in here. So the moon and Vesta and Hygeia at the 7th house cusp of the American nation. Now this at first shows that yes, we know that, it's not a surprise. America is leading the way into this new age with the whole big revolution which is happening. A revolution is a turnaround, something which revolves, getting into a new position, into a new order, a new structure, and it's that ending phase which is interlocking with the new beginnings, those new roots which are planted, which still are kind of underground and just about becoming visible. I guess yesterday was a huge breakthrough. I was writing about it too, the heliocentric change of Mercury. Let me just go there. I guess this is the chart of the... No, it was the geocentric entrance of Mercury into Leo. I forget what I was writing about. Sometimes a bit convoluted. But so Mercury in Leo between the 4th and the 20th of August. This is a powerful window. And yesterday was the first day of the second half of the Mayan calendars. We are right at the center now. Yesterday was 1 Chuen, which is the blue magnetic monkey. So yesterday was a very powerful day. We're in this core column. These are 20 powerful days. 10 have just passed. We're now on day 12 today, to be exact, which is Lionsgate, August 8th, when I do this recording. So yesterday, President Trump had this fabulous event in Ohio at the Whirlpool factory. Think of Whirlpool, this in itself is symbolic. Think of a drain. Anyway, there's lots of symbols there too. And he had 17 big boxes lined up behind him. Another really nice indication of the letter Q for those who should be new to this phenomenon. So there is a lot going on, building up, and a wonderful thing happened at the end of this event. I just watched the presentation. That was a press conference, and you know, the kind of, at best, a very charged situation these press conferences usually have, with critical questions and a lot of just creating trouble in a way. So at the end of this 40-minute news conference, there was clapping. That was quite surprising, and it shows the shift of energy. Now I have here the chart of couple days in the future now, the waning half moon of August 11. Just want to throw this in as a quick teaser here. The galactic center is rising in Greenwich. Globally, we are tuning into this galactic center energy with the South Node and Ishion. So there's lots of intelligent energy is coming in. We have a direct plug into the galactic library. There's lots and lots of downloads happening. We are all channeling in that sense. And over here is chaos. You wouldn't believe that. That's one of the minor planets exactly lined up with the North Node. Now this is beautiful. Chaos is the understanding of primordial order, that everything apparent, everything in form is just has a way deeper order, so you can pretty much dissolve everything and that deeper order will still be there, and it will rearrange itself magically in a way which is most comforting and most suiting to the situation at hand. I guess that's the way one could say it. So that's at the 7th house cusp. So this in itself shows a magical reconfiguration of our world in the next 7 days already. This will be a very powerful period. Venus just changed signs 2 days ago, and that's activating heart love energy at the North Node 2. So this is just bonding people, and we start feeling what others are dealing with. And that is bridging any gap possible in the end. It's really the only way. I mean, we are bonded on a heart level, and I guess that's what really now is, through all the events which are kind of the expressions of that situation we are experiencing. Everybody has a little different manifestation of that present drama, a different angle of it, but it's the same drama. It's like a big tree. We are standing all in a little different place, seeing the tree. That's why we have a different experience and different impression, but basically we're all in the same boat, the same experience, and that's what's more and more becoming consciously recognized. So anyway, that will be the last quarter moon of that cycle, which started July 20th around, I guess. And what stands out here is Deucalion. Yes, that's the one I wanted to point at. That's the one minor planet most exactly tied into the moon-sun configuration. There's also Pelion here. Pelion is the mountain which holds the ground, so it's kind of a secure foundation. We've now arrived, we are settled in a way. And Deucalion is the same character as Noah in the Bible. He builds an ark, he is preparing for a big shift and getting everything in place and getting all aspects looked at and covered. In Scorpio, definitely able to see the criticality of the situation. And it's the Cancer Dwad again, if we talk of dwads, which is resonating with that Venus Cancer energy, which is love, which is caring. So there's a lot starting to awaken in people, which bridges the mental gaps, which we start to understand, well, we might think differently, but we are basically having the same wishes, desires. We all long for peace and we long for unity. And as soon as we connect on that level, all the other things start falling in place. I guess that's the easiest way to say it. So anyway, great times ahead, and we are just getting to the real enjoyment of it all. I guess we have gone through the real hard months of this year, and we start getting into harvest season, if you wish to say it that way. And that also means lots of pain for many people who have been lying and cheating and whatever. So I want to leave it at that. Thanks for tuning in and listening. Till next time. Love you all.